Hi, I'm Michael Tanenhaus, CEO at Mavenspire, and I have had the privilege of working with Dell and EMC technologies for decades. I even have the privilege of serving on several technical advisory boards and partner advisory boards, and I've watched the evolution of products as sort of the biggest fan. Today I want to talk about a product that is brand new. It's called PowerStore, and it kind of redefines what it means to do storage in sort of that mid-tier. And it's actually kind of amusing because what mid-tier means these days is extremely different than it meant even 3 years ago. Mid-tier storage is about big, it's about fast, it's about flexible, it's about simple, and it's about adapting to all of the various kinds of new and traditional workloads. Three things that I think you should know about PowerStore in the sea of things that are cool about the product is, first, PowerStore is a change in how products are designed and manufactured. PowerStore uses a container architecture, which is a microservice sort of organization, which means that it can tune itself around what you're trying to do with the product. It also means that development and improvement of the product can happen at a modular level. When you look at how that applies to other things using container architectures, it means that innovation will come fast, constant, and we will get used to seeing new features and new abilities, much like you would see in a Tesla car. The second thing you should know is in one product, PowerStore solves the challenge of having vastly different needs occurring in a single product. And what do I mean by that? So if you are just trying to create a large volume of space to be able to store unstructured or potentially structured data that you have to go real fast with, there is a model called PowerStore T that allows you to have a unified mode of both file and block. If you're trying to extend an existing hyperconverged environment, maybe running VxRail, to have a space that's further away from the CPU, but still affordable and as fast as possibly can be done outside of the box. The PowerStore T series gives you the ability to do that. And finally, if you need something even faster, even closer to the CPU, even closer to the storage, PowerStore X allows you to use the on-app capabilities to literally run the virtual workloads on the PowerStore chassis itself. That means it's not only super close to the CPU, but also incredibly close to the storage. Finally, the third thing I'd like you to know is that PowerStore changes the definition of both what is big and what is fast. Traditionally, external storage arrays have been able to scale up, as in you add more disks to them, getting more capacity, but perhaps trading out some performance. Or you have storage systems that could scale out, meaning that you could bring different Legos together to create a bigger and faster unit. To address both the economics and the performance, PowerStore actually is scale out and scale up in the same product. And this is great because not only can you get bigger over time, but you can mix and match units and what they're being used for within the same storage space. Now, when we talk about what is fast, you may have seen another of my video series on the 6 truths. So we're constantly reinventing what is fast and what is big. PowerStore is based on petabytes of data needing to be stored. What is fast is moving from a world where we used to define the speedometer based on IOPS into a world where we now base the speedometer on latency. And the key in latency is how long it takes to move between the CPU and the storage. And we're aiming for microseconds, not milliseconds, which is an order of magnitude greater than the previous generation. And how do we do this? Well, that comes with end-to-end NVMe technology, cutting-edge 3D cross-point flash, and even storage-consistent memory to redefine the rules of the road and exactly how fast you can go. I'm really excited about the PowerStore product, not only does it solve so many different use cases that we have today, but this is a version 1.0 product, and there is so much more coming. The future is incredibly bright. Some might even call it supernova bright. And I can't wait to see what's next.